Do you know what? If you're not into marketing can be really, really boring. It's like one of those things like paperwork for me. I'm not really into paperwork. I'll do it. I know I've got to do it, but I don't really enjoy it. But the problem is, with marketing, it's one of those things. It's like leg day at the gym. You can skip it if you want. You can skip it and still produce your content. The trouble is, you aren't going to get any results overall if you aren't marketing your podcast. So that's what we're going to talk about today. In particular, we're going to talk about ad retargeting. How can you just start, and I'm not going to go too deep into this, but how can you just start to consider ad retargeting to help to grow your podcast? So, like I said, that's what we're going to dig into in just a second. This, of course, is the Podcast Accelerator. I'm Mark Asquith, that British podcast guy I sometimes talk too fast. And I'm CEO and co-founder of Rebel Base Media, where we make a range of podcasting products, including Captivate.fm, the world's only growth-oriented podcast host, where you can host as many shows as you like for one monthly cost. So if you're not already using Captivate, please go ahead and check it out. So, like I said, we are getting markety on the show today. We've discussed recently the idea of a quality podcast website for your show, but could we be doing more retargeting to help to help people through our listener acquisition flow? Now, if you're wondering what listener acquisition flow is, what I want you to do is just start to go and look at episode 24 of the Podcast Accelerator. Go and listen to that. Just stick pause on this. Go and listen to episode 24, then come back to this. We're going to talk about the listener acquisition flow just in a little bit more depth and about ad retargeting, all right? So, before I do that, quick shout out, of course, to the team at AWeber. 90 days completely free to try their email marketing platform. Why would you want to do that? Well, I think there's a bit of a gap in engagement when it comes to listeners of podcasts. You need a way to engage with your listeners, build that relationship. I got an email today from a listener, Rusty. I got one from Sarah Mikatel, who actually won my Meet Edgar contest. And, I get emails every day from podcasters that have listened to this show. And if you're not doing the same, you're probably missing out on some relationships and some advocation, all right? So please go and check AWeber out. You need to be doing email marketing. Go and check it out. 90 days free, markasquith.com/AWeber. Now, the listener acquisition flow posits that people who try to get subscribers to the podcast tend to jump into very simply saying, right, okay, see this thing on social media, whatever it is, a tweet, an Instagram post, whatever, a Facebook post, and then go and subscribe to my podcast. I this is kind of postulating a bit, but I suggest that maybe that's not the thing that people do, because it's quite a big step. It's like driving past a car garage and the salesman driving along past the car garage, the salesman flagging you down and saying, do you want to buy this car? Like, he's not smoothed you, he's not warmed you up, he's not done anything to kind of help you through the flow. And I posit that as podcasting grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, sure, we can ask people to subscribe, but I think we've got to be more strategic about how we guide people through. So, people lurking on social media, rather than asking them to subscribe to a 45-minute show every single week that gets pushed to their device and takes up storage and data, why don't we first of all get them to listen to a 90-second trailer just to see if it's going to be useful for them, if they're going to enjoy it. And then, during the trailer, why don't we curate? Well, go ahead and listen to episode 24. I recommend, if you've enjoyed the trailer, the best episode to start with is this episode. And that might not always be episode 1. It might be episode 10, 15, 20, whatever, all right? And then, of course, during the kind of flow of the episode, we can start to say, look, tell your friends, go and subscribe, blah, blah, blah. So this is the listener acquisition flow. I dig into this in more depth on episode 24. So where does ad retargeting come into this? Well, I suggest that our calls to action theoretically should be, if we want to build subscribers, all of our calls to action should be to go and check out our website. Now, I don't do this so much on my own show, which is ironic. I do it to Captivate, but kind of for the same reason, okay? If you go to my website, so let's use served.vet, all right? So this is Raf, who runs served.vet, a wonderful show that helps veterans from leaving to living. It's a wonderful concept, a wonderful show, and his goal is to connect as many veterans to each other just to help them out, all right? It's an amazing show, an amazing platform. Let's assume that he wants people to listen to his trailer. Now, of course, you could get people to listen to your trailer in Apple Podcasts or even to a pinned tweet on the top of your Twitter feed. But what if we got them to jump through to your website? So let's think this through. Your website should be mobile friendly anyway. All of the podcast websites, WordPress websites that we create, they're all mobile friendly. All of the mini sites, the automated podcast sites that we generate through Captivate, guess what? They're all mobile friendly. So really, for a trailer, it's quite all right to send people to your website. But the cool thing with this is, as long as you put something like, say, your Facebook tracking pixel in there, you could theoretically devise an ad retargeting campaign that says, right, if they've been to my website, I could probably retarget them with a bit of content. Now, what if in your trailer you said, hey guys, this is Raf from serve.vet, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. Go and listen to episode 24. I think it's the next best place to start. All right? This is where I talk to this person about this thing. It's what I recommend. It's the current curation method that I'm using. Go and listen to episode 24. I really enjoy it. What if because we've placed the cookie on a device, what if we could then retarget these people with, okay, you're on Facebook, here's an ad that says, oh, wait a minute, Raf's episode 24 is right there. I could just click through and listen to that again on the website, and it takes me to the episode 24 page, and I listen to that episode, and the call to action is then to subscribe in your podcast app of choice. This is onboarding people. It's working through the marketing funnel. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to set ad retargeting campaigns up. That's not here on the Podcast Accelerator today. That's not what this is for. I might get my good friend Gavin Bell on to talk about this, who's a Facebook funnel expert. That is not my bag. All right. But what I'm saying is that marketing is my jam. All right. In particular, strategic marketing. All right. Tactical marketing, other people are better at than me. Okay. I'm good at content marketing and strategic marketing. That is it. Okay. And I posit that this is something that as podcasters, especially independents, we should be looking at. Get people to click through from a social post or from a bit of marketing to listen to your trailer on your website, place the cookie, and then retarget them with some very specific, high-quality ads on Facebook, Instagram, so on and so forth, that then say, you know that episode that I told you about in the trailer, that one that I curated? Because remember, you can re-record your trailer. Sure, if you're launching your show, direct them to episode 1. But if 10, 15 episodes in, you record an absolutely wonderful interview with someone, re-record your trailer and curate it and say, actually, I recommend you listen to this one because it's a great interview. And then re-record your trailer again and again and again and keep curating. And then if that person goes through to the website, listens to your trailer, and you say, go and listen to episode 24, and then you get retargeted, oh, wait a minute, that's that episode 24 that Raf talked about. All right, yeah, sure. All right, I've got 20 minutes while I'm waiting for a call or I'm waiting for something to happen. I'm on my lunch, whatever. Sure, you know what? Why not? Let's go and click on it. And then, of course, you get them through this acquisition flow. So this is quite high-level conversation that I'm having with you. You know, it's very specific, but it is quite strategic, you know. Think about how you could implement it. Go and listen to episode 24. I think this is a bit of a sequel to it. I didn't mean it to be, but it's a bit of a sequel to episode 24, the listener acquisition flow. Go and check it out. Go and listen to the trailer format. Let me find what the trailer format episode is. Trailer format. Let me just search for that. Episode 25. All right. So go and listen to episode 24 and episode 25. And, you know, just start to think how you might be able to get strategic with your marketing and your advertising around your podcast. Because the goal is to nurture people through, all right, and get them to listen to more than one episode and then get them to subscribe and then to become an advocate, all right? That is what I'm talking about here with this ad retargeting. So give it a whirl. Let me know if you need anything. Hit me up on Twitter at Mr. Asquith. That's where I do a lot of the conversation. You've got my email address if you're on my email list. If you're not on my email list, go and get the 9 unconventional ways to grow your podcast. Go and get that now, markasquith.com/grow. You will get that, and you'll end up on my email list if you tick the box. So I'll send you all these episodes, and you can reply to me, and we can chat about them. All right? So go and do that. And look, thanks for joining me. I like talking about this strategic marketing stuff, so thanks for letting me do that into your ears. I appreciate it. Thanks to Rusty and Sarah and everyone else that's emailed me this week, just with feedback on the show and questions and so on and so forth. Quincy, I'm going to be engaging with your question on episode 96, so which is in 5 episodes' time. So thank you so much to everyone that gets in touch. I really appreciate it. Go check out Captivate.fm for your podcast hosting. If you're struggling with your current host, or maybe you're thinking about starting a podcast, go and check it out. And as ever, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. And never forget, the more you expect from yourself, the more you will excel.